He exploded into the UFC like a force of nature. Raw power, zero fear, total destruction. Khamzat Chimaev wasn't just a prospect, he was a phenomenon. 3 wins in 66 days, all brutal finishes. "I'm gonna smash everybody," he'd growl, eyes blazing as he dismantled foes in minutes. But then the storm hit. Vanished. Battles outside the spotlight changed him. Today on Prime Bio we're unpacking the evolution of Boers, from chaotic destroyer to calculated killer. If this gets your blood pumping, smash that like button, subscribe for more fighter deep dives, and drop in the comments. Who wins tonight at UFC 319, Chimaev or Duplessis? Let's dive in. He crashed into the UFC like a hurricane. No fear, no limits, no mercy. Khamzat Chimaev wasn't just another fighter, he was a monster. 3 fights in 66 days. 3 wins. 3 brutal finishes. He didn't just win, he destroyed. With a cold smile and a promise, "I'm gonna smash everybody." He became the scariest newcomer since a young Mike Tyson. His undefeated streak started with regional dominance in Brave CF, where he claimed the welterweight belt, but the UFC was where the legend ignited. He didn't just enter the UFC, he took it by force. "I kill everyone," he'd snarl, still breathing hard, covered in sweat, staring into the camera after crushing another man in minutes. Wild, dangerous, unstoppable. In just 10 days he won 2 fights in 2 weight classes without a scratch. Nobody had ever seen anything like it. His wrestling background from Chechnya, honed in Sweden as a refugee, made him a takedown machine, over 70% success rate, and his strikes landed with bone-crushing power. Then he vanished. And when he came back he wasn't the same. This is the story of Boers, the wolf who disappeared, faced hell, and returned as something new. This is Khamzat Chimaev before and after the storm. The beard, the cold stare, they're all still there. But the fire in his eyes is different now. Less wild, more controlled. The smash everybody rage has turned into something quieter, deeper. Just as deadly but sharper. So what changed him? Let's trace the path from his war-torn roots to tonight's title shot. Let's go back. Chimaev debuted in July 2020, and in just 10 days he won 2 fights. He only got hit twice in both fights combined. That's not a stat, that's a nightmare for every fighter in his way. Then he knocked out Gerald Meerschaert in 17 seconds. Fans lost their minds. Dana White called him a future champ. Even Khabib's fans wondered, is this the next king? His early hype was backed by stats. 100% finish rate in his first 9 pro fights, blending elite grappling with knockout power. But just as his rise seemed unstoppable, Chimaev disappeared for over a year. Behind the scenes he wasn't just fighting opponents, he was fighting to survive. In 2021, COVID-19 wrecked him. Hospital visits, struggles to breathe, even a social media post where he said he was retiring. For the first time we saw a different Khamzat, not the killer but the man. Broken, scared, unsure. The virus left lingering lung issues, forcing multiple withdrawals and reshaping his approach to health. That he fought through it, pushed through the lingering effects, and returned to training. But something deeper had changed. Few knew that during his absence, Chimaev, the fighter who seemed to fear nothing, was spending nights in hospital rooms, watching his young son battle through multiple surgeries for a kidney condition. Born with 1 kidney, his son underwent procedures in late 2024, including one right after UFC 308. Chimaev never spoke about it publicly at first, never asked for sympathy. But those close to him saw the weight in his eyes. The smash everybody machine now had something more to fight for: family. As of 2025, his son is doing better post-surgeries, allowing Khamzat to focus sharper than ever. 07. When he finally returned he was still a beast, but different. His 2022 war with Gilbert Burns proved it. This wasn't the same fighter who crushed opponents in minutes. It was a bloody 3-round brawl that tested his heart. He won, but it was close. Fans saw the truth. Chimaev wasn't just hype. He was real even when pushed to his limit. The fight exposed cardio questions from his COVID recovery, but it also showed growth, strategic pacing over pure chaos. Then came middleweight. In 2023 he fought Kamaru Usman, the former welterweight champ, on short notice. He won by decision, but some said he looked slower, less wild. Those paying attention saw something else, a fighter who had grown. Who understood that real strength isn't just about chaos, it's about knowing when to attack and when to wait. Moving to 185 pounds full-time eased brutal weight cuts that had plagued him, like the infamous 7.5-pound miss at UFC 279. The wild wolf hadn't lost his teeth, he'd just learned when to bite. You could see it in everything now. In interviews he still talked tough, but there was depth behind it. He spoke about God, about family, about battles far bigger than anything in the cage. And when he fought, that calm fury wasn't just skill, it was the fire of a man who'd been tested in ways most never see. Training in the UAE with top camps, he added layers to his game, better striking defense, up to 65% in recent bouts, and submission threats that led to his latest win. But just as the world was ready to see him again, disaster struck. Chimaev was originally set to fight Robert Whittaker at UFC Saudi Arabia in June 2024, a bout that could have earned him a title shot. But just 2 weeks before the fight he fell ill. Sick, weak, hospitalized. His body had given out again and the fight was scrapped. Fans were heartbroken and critics began to whisper, "Is Boers done?" His history of withdrawals, COVID complications, hand surgeries, staph infections fueled doubts. A full timeline shows over 5 pullouts since 2020, but each time he bounced back. But he wasn't. At UFC 308 in October 2024, he finally stepped into the cage against Robert, the Reaper Whittaker, one of the toughest and most respected middleweights in the game. Many doubted if Chimaev still had the fire after the illness. But in the co-main event, he silenced everyone. Whittaker, a former champ with wins over legends like Yoel Romero, was seen as the ultimate test of Chimaev's durability. With a first-round submission, Chimaev wrapped up Whittaker in a squeeze so tight, it caused serious damage, displacing 3 of Whittaker's teeth and injuring his jaw. During the broadcast, Daniel Cormier showed a graphic image of the injury. Dana White later confirmed the severity at the post-fight press conference. "When your teeth are going in different directions, it's not good." Chimaev's grappling prowess shone. His 14-0 record now included 6 submissions and 5 KOs/TKOs. But even in defeat, Whittaker showed nothing but class. In a heartfelt social media post just hours after the fight, he reassured fans, "My jaw is good, but my teeth were moved in. It's a good excuse to fix them properly now, haha. I'm disappointed, but I come back better from every setback and every challenge, so this is no different." He thanked his team, the fans, and congratulated Chimaev. He was the better man tonight. Even middleweight champ Dricus Du Plessis commented on Whittaker's post, calling him an absolute warrior and someone to look up to. The division buzzed. Names like Israel Adesanya and Sean Strickland circled, trading barbs with Chimaev online. Strickland once called him overhyped, sparking heated exchanges. Chimaev didn't gloat. He didn't roar. He just stood tall, calm in victory, no trash talk, no chaos. Just pure domination. Post-fight he dedicated the win to his family in Chechnya, hinting at bigger goals. But whispers of his ties to Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov added controversy. Geopolitical tensions cost him some sponsorships, but he remained unapologetic about his roots. Then, just as fans waited to see what came next, another twist. Weeks after UFC 308, news broke that Chimaev had sustained a serious injury during training, a torn ligament in his hand per insiders. The full details were kept under wraps, but recovery was projected into mid-2025. Rumors swirled. Retirement? More illnesses? Chimaev shut them down on social media. "I need money, bro. This is not enough just to go for one title." He stayed low-key, avoiding public spots to dodge sickness as he revealed in a 2025 interview, "I don't leave the house much. If a sick fan comes, I get that sickness." Still, there was no panic from Boers. On Instagram he wrote, "I was ready to give everything but my body said no. I'll be back stronger." No rage. No drama. Just the quiet, unshakable focus of a man who's been through fire, and come out sharper. By spring 2025 he was back training, eyeing a title shot in May or June. So where does that leave us? Recovery accelerated, and by summer 2025, Chimaev earned his shot. Tonight at UFC 319 in Chicago, he challenges Dricus Du Plessis for the middleweight belt. Odds makers have him as a -250 favorite, backing his inside-the-distance props. Stare-downs got heated, things turned physical at the final face-off, but Chimaev remains composed. "All fighters talk but nothing changes," he said this week. Critics point to his injury history, but supporters see a matured fighter. Better cardio management, strategic patience, and that same predatory instinct. Still undefeated at 14-0. Still terrifying. But no longer just the wrecking ball who promised to smash everyone. He's something more dangerous now, a fighter with patience. A warrior with perspective. A father who knows what real fighting means. His net worth has climbed past $3 million from fights, endorsements, and even crypto ventures like his Smash token. People ask, is Chimaev still the guy who said he'd smash everyone? No, he's better. Because the man who returns won't just be fighting for glory, he'll be fighting for everything that nearly got taken from him. With Du Plessis defending his title after wins over Adesanya and Strickland, this clash could redefine the division. Chimaev's evolution, from health scares to family trials, has forged a silent storm ready to unleash. And that makes him the scariest version yet. With the middleweight division heating up, names like Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland, and Paulo Costa are still lurking for rematches or grudge fights. One thing's for sure, when Boers steps in tonight, it won't be quiet. Who's ready for him now? Let us know in the comments below. Who wins UFC 319, and who should Khamzat Chimaev fight next if he claims the belt? If you love this breakdown, hit like, subscribe to Prime Bio for more epic fighter stories and turn on notifications. Next up, we dive into Jon Jones' legacy. Stay Prime, fight fans.